What is up, everybody, and welcome to the first ever video on Manga Master 16. Ah, that felt so good to say, right? Anyways, guys, today I am joined with a good friend here, Alice. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the last name of your account because it's Zuberg. Okay, Alice Zuberg, which I don't know if that's the actual character's name, but this is fitting because for today's video, we're going to be talking about Sword Art Online. All of it. We're not going to go into very great detail because that would make this video so long. And try not to rant on. You can say the name if you want. Okay, good. Alright, guys. So, to begin, starting off with just plain old Sword Art, the Ironclad arc. In my opinion, I love the Ironclad arc. Uh, it had great character development, gave us great moments. If you got, oh, also I should say this before we begin. Spoilers. Duh. If you had not seen Sword Art, from Sword Art all the way to War of the Underworld, which I haven't, so I'm breaking this own rule, but I don't care. Please stop the video now, go watch all of Sword Art, including the movies, and just binge watch it. Just binge watch the crap out of Sword Art. Um, but it gave us great scenes, such as Yui's death. Um, no, by that I mean, I mean in the sense that, like, it was a great scene, not, oh boy, I'm so happy this character's dying, like, it was so well made. Like, it made men cry. Yes, it was rushed. How many episodes was Ironclad? Like, 15 episodes? 14 episodes and, well, I was gonna say partially a movie, but it doesn't have a movie. No, it doesn't. So Ironclad spans 14 episodes out of a full season, which covers 2 years in the anime. Kind of rushed, yes. Um, yeah. Yeah, like, I don't love Ironclad. That's not my favorite arc. Uh, but it was pretty good. Like, it wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. Is it the best Sword Art has to offer? Definitely no. Is it the worst? Yes. Especially that. Sorry. Alright. Really? I did not know this, actually. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know a scene where you're talking about when he's fighting when he first uses Starburst Stream. He re Yeah, they use, yeah, 'cause like, sure, we get it. That's his signature move, but like, come on. At least show us something different every time. Yeah. Like, they're not really putting too much thought into it, but um Yeah. Like, we got a little bit of development, but we didn't get much. Like, what we learned from Kirito was he's a cold loner who... Exactly. Well, there's Yui, but she isn't really... Yeah. Like, How many episodes was Klein in, anyways? Like, he was in the very first episode. I remember that. Hmm. There was 2 episodes on the Blue-Eyed Demon, so there... He's been at least, like, 5 to 7 episodes, I'd say. Really? Like you said, he had a lot of potential, like... We don't even get to see much about Klein. Like, sure, I get it, he wasn't the main focus character. But, come on, you still gotta give him a little screen time, like... Show him forming that group that he's in. Yeah. Um, Crap, what's his name? The, I can't remember his name. Big Boy. Yes! That's his name. Yeah, he barely had any screen time. I think he's in for like 4 episodes. Yeah, he's completely irrelevant until the second arc, and he's only in there for like 2 episodes. Yeah, he's really not. Um, Lizbeth wasn't even in there much. Silica, really, all the main characters, like, not even all the main characters, just the only characters really got to see was, wait, was his name Heathcliff? I think that's what his avatar name was. Kayaba, yeah. All we really got to see was of him, Kirito, Asuna, and that's it. I think the most reason why it was, like, we feel like it's rushed is, correct me if I'm wrong, but did the anime not come out at the time that the manga was still being written? Because that's what happened with Full Metal Alchemist. That's why they made Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is completely going off of the manga. Yeah, because, like, Sword Art had filler, yes. Was it good filler? I don't know. Um, that'll probably something I'll look up after this video, is when uh it was made. On to arc 2, which is the Alfheim arc. Or Fairy Dance arc, yeah. Uh, yeah. In my opinion, this is the worst arc. I'm only saying because of what they did. Like, I was, even if it was the worst arc, I still love it. Like, I still love this arc. Main villain. Yes, he can. I believe he did, actually. They didn't rush it between a full 2 years. It was like a week. Yeah. I won't lie, I kind of felt like I was watching Dragon Ball when I was watching this arc, mostly because of how they spreaded it apart between so many episodes. Like, they could have sped it up a little bit, but it was good for what they did. It was better how they handled Ironclad for sure. Yeah. Actually, I probably should have mentioned this before. What's your favorite character from the first arc? Actually, from Minecraft. I'm stuck between Klein and Lisbeth, if I'm being honest. Yeah, rest in peace, Sashi. And for whoever makes the what was it, Fatal Bullet? Yeah, screw you, whoever made that game. Learn your facts. Yeah, I mean, exactly. Favorite character from Alfheim. I'm pretty sure we're both gonna have the same favorite character here as well. Yeah, Leafa. If you guys don't know who Leafa is Kirito's sister slash his cousin. Yeah, it's all confusing. You're gonna need to watch. Beware of incest. Not necessarily, but you get the idea. Um, Arc 3. Oops, sorry. The first being. Really? Yeah, we'll get into that. That's literally coming up next. Um, yeah, weird. It gave her, yeah. Um, plus it gives us a good dynamic between the story and the characters. Cause like, oh hey, you're my brother slash cousin. Hey, I got feelings for you. Oh wait, you have a girlfriend. Crap. Now what I do? Oh jeez. Really? Like I mean, I guess. Uh, Their next reason for existing is hating on Asuna. Okay, if I'm gonna be honest, I liked Asuna and Aincrad. She wasn't my favorite. She was like top 3 though. But whenever we get to Elfheim, she just dropped down to 0. Yeah. Yeah, if you haven't watched either of these arcs, basically, in what was it, episode 1 or 2 of the first ever, like, the first arc, she was like, how do we describe this? She was like the Wonder Woman of SAO, I guess, is how you could say that. And then whenever we get over to Alfheim, she's Princess Peach. I'm sorry to say this. I know how you like Princess Peach, but I'm just saying this because you always have to save Princess Peach at the end of Mario games. That's the only connection. Um, that's the only connection I got. Princess Peach is better than Asuna. Yeah, especially in her solo movie. Which isn't. Wait, which comes next after this? Is it the movie, like the first movie that recaps both arcs, or do we skip that and go on to. Yeah, it's just a recap, basically. It's filler and fan service, and I'm not complaining. Somebody quote that, please. Is it bad? If I ever do merch on this channel, that's the first shirt I'm doing. It's filler and fan service, and I love it. Um, Up next is the Phantom Bullet arc. Correct me if I'm wrong. Which is basically, we're not going to talk about GGO. GGO is a completely different anime. Yeah. I don't want to watch it general just because I don't think it has anything to do with the main canon arc of SAO entirely. Yeah. So this is the arc I'm still on, so he's gonna mostly be talking about this. I got up to episode 4, I think. Yeah. Um, I haven't actually had time to continue watching it. I'll probably try and do that later this week because I am actually off for most this week. Um, what I think so far of Phantom Bullet is actually pretty nice. I love the character of Death Gun. I mean, I was gonna say he's my second favorite villain with Kayaba first. Yeah. Oh, we're alright. This is off topic, but we're definitely gonna have to record some Fatal Bullet sometime for this channel. Shameless plug. Oh yeah. I would love to do a Fatal Bullet with just the three of us on this channel. Like, yeah. Um, Fatal Bullet, Phantom Bullet. It's not. They're not in the same. Like, Fatal Bullet's not canon. It's definitely not canon. Mostly with that Sachi part. Think of it as like a different universe. Like, you know how you have the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Think of it as a different universe to the anime. Yeah. Like, this is the universe where Sachi didn't die. Kirito doesn't get depressed. So yeah, I've only seen up to episode 4 of Phantom Bullet, so he's gonna take it from here, mostly. I can agree there. Honestly, the only reason why I'm watching the first 4 is so I know what the heck is happening. Maybe having some technical difficulties. His voice is completely shut off. I don't know if you guys can hear him or not. I apologize. I'm gonna message him real quick. So your voice just completely stopped. Just gonna say.
I got disconnected, we'll put it that way.
So I was right by technical difficulties. Alright, I don't remember the last thing you were talking about. I think you were talking about how you Googled, the first 4 episodes.
I skipped the first 4 episodes because I was bored.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Alright. So, it was a little bit too much build-up. It wasn't necessarily something that caught my attention. I believe the second episode of Phantom Bullet is when you meet Sinon.
It is,
And
yes.
I was bored. I was bored.
It really starts off with her sniping someone. That's it.
Yeah, it's just that the way they introduced her didn't really make her character look interesting at all to me.
Like, it made her, it showed us, like, hey, this character's good at sniping. Yeah, so am I. What the heck? What's your point?
Yeah, so am I.
Literally, I'm a
So
god
why
at
does
any
that matter?
sniping game I play. So, just, sorry.
Like the time I sniped you with motion control.
Okay. Yes, you're technically god tier for that as well, but in any
I
game...
sniped you with motion controls, ironically, as Sinon, the character I don't even like.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah. Although, do I need to bring up our, Phantom Bullet 4 move?
What, the Phantom Bullet 4?
Or no,
Where you
not
headshot me while I was running towards you?
Yeah, I didn't even... I no-scoped you.
I know, because I probably had aim assist on.
I honestly don't know if I did or not.
Oh my, you definitely did. You definitely did. If aim assist wasn't on, it probably wouldn't have locked onto me.
Probably.
The bullet line, that is.
Oh no, the bullet line always locks on, because I have aim assist off, and it still locks on.
Oh my god, that just made me feel worse. Bruh.
So yeah. What's your final verdict of the Phantom Bullet arc?
In the end, after like rewatching it 3 times, ironically,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly ended up loving it, but it's not my favorite part.
Alright. I feel like I know what your favorite arc is.
Yeah, it's kind of obvious.
It's very obvious based off the profile picture.
Well, yeah.
Wait, isn't there a movie after Phantom Bullet? What's it called?
No, it's not after Phantom Bullet.
Oh, it's not?
It's after Mother's Rosario.
Oh. Okay,
Mother's Rosario is after Caliber. In my opinion, the worst arc in the series.
Yeah. So what's our next topic? Because from here on, I have nothing to say.
I take control.
You take control. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Alice part of the video. I really need to finish SAO.
Yeah, you do. Dude, the new episode's coming out tomorrow. Well, I mean, it's Friday right now, so I don't know when this is gonna come out, but like...
Oh, I'm gonna
Saturday.
upload it today, or either today or
Saturday.
tomorrow. Yeah.
SAO Saturdays.
Yeah.
Ironically, tomorrow's a scene-on episode, so I'm not really gonna look forward to it.
Tomorrow's my worst characters, or my most hated characters episode. Not gonna watch it, but I'm gonna watch it for the
I don't
hours.
even think Xenon's my most hated character. She's just like irrelevant to me enough to be down there.
She's just above Asuna.
Okay, I have to admit. Okay, I should probably say that the next arc we're going on to is Caliber. And from Caliber to Mother's Rosario, Asuna started to grow on me a little bit. Because they developed her better.
Yeah, is not the Mother's Rosario arc all about her entirely?
It's about her and a certain purple friend she makes. Purple hair, I should say. She's not actually purple, she's not.
Wait. I want to ask you what character it is, but I feel like I know. I was about to spoil it. I'll wait.
We didn't even get past Caliber
Yeah,
yet, and I have to explain one of the worst arc in the series, and it's gonna take me only a minute.
Alright.
Simply, it's literally Extra Edition Part 2.
Oh god. Does it literally just recap all of what's happened before?
What I mean by Extra Edition Part 2 is, it's not important to the story.
Fan service and filler?
It's just Kirito, me and the boys playing a game, and nothing actually is happening. Like, there's no plot. We're just having fun. And I'm kind of like, are you wasting my time?
Oh boy.
I enjoyed Caliber. I thought the opening and the OP and the visuals of the OP were really good.
Not my favorite OP. We all know which one's my favorite. Judge by the PFP.
Okay. And it's like fast. It's really only 4 episodes, but that's also a problem for me, because then we go to the next arc, Mother's Rosario, which I really loved. It's again not my favorite arc. I should stop saying that because it's very obvious at this rate.
Yeah. If not by the countless coughs.
Yeah.
I will say I did watch the Mother's Rosario scene, so I can give a little bit of input on this.
Okay. So, Mother's Rosario is a tearjerker. For me, at the very least, 3 episodes of just full-on crying.
Okay, can I please say the character now?
Sure.
She dies to AIDS.
Rated M for mature.
Basically.
Yes.
Okay. So, our certain little purple-haired friend is named Yuki Kono, and I absolutely loved her. I don't stand the character because she's not worth it. I thought in Mother's Rosario, for the longest time, I still just wasn't a fan of Asuna. So I feel like just her scenes kind of wasted a lot of time between the Sleeping Knights, the guild that Yuki is the leader of. So I honestly, after seeing this arc twice, I don't really know if I have like a oh my fucking god. Well, you can't hear me, right? Just to make
Yeah,
sure.
no, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, because I just got a DM like right now saying your connection just was completely lost, and I'm
You just got that?
I just got that.
I sent that at 7:36. Nearly
Oh my god, I
15
got that
minutes
so late.
ago.
That wait no 7. I got that 10. That you sent that 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
Ooh, my Wi-Fi is being crazy.
Yup.
Oh, okay. Why did? Oh, I'm not even gonna get into that.
Alright.
All right. So, Mother's Rosario was a very good arc, but I feel like the only downfall is it suffered Einkraditis, I'll call it.
Please describe what you mean by Einkraditis. Like, do you mean like
It
it
was
was
too fast.
rushed?
It
Or...
was rushed, it was too fast.
Oh god.
I'm gonna start using that term a lot.
Einkraditis.
Einkraditis.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our next piece of merch. Einkraditis.
Einkraditis, whatever you prefer.
Oh.
Yeah, and going back to Caliber,
Mm-hmm.
those 4 episodes that were absolutely wasted due to Caliber,
Wait,
those are
Caliber?
the 4 episodes are all we needed to make Mother's Rosario even better.
Wait, hang on.
Because
Caliber is 4 episodes?
Caliber is literally just 4 episodes.
And that's a recap.
It's not a recap, it's just Yuki and friends play a game for 4 episodes.
Oh god. Why?
They do like this little quest in ALO to go find Excalibur. It's boring as fuck. Honestly. I'm just like,
Why am I here?
That's what's going on in my head right now. Thank you for telling me this. I'm gonna skip those 4 episodes.
oh yeah, no, it's not important.
It's not important at all!
Yeah, no, just skip it. Just go straight to Mother's Rosario once you finish Phantom Bullet.
Yeah. Please continue on Mother's Rosario.
Within those 4 episodes of Mother's Rosario where I should say the 4 episodes of Caliber, you know, like a wasted 80-something minutes of my life. Those 4 episodes, if they were just... Maybe if Caliber was made into like an extra edition 2, into like an 80-minute OVA, I would have been cool with that. Because those 4 episodes, I feel like, could have absolutely expanded on Mother's Rosario and maybe gave Yuki and Asuna a little bit more development, which is what I feel like they needed the most. Because even coming out of Mother's Rosario, I was not an Asuna fan. I didn't like her, I didn't care for her. Don't kill me. Please.
Yes, please do not witch hunt this guy. Like, please, people are allowed to have their own opinions.
DM me on Twitter, I don't give a crap. I have an opinion.
DM me on Twitter. I don't care.
Take it to
I will
Twitter.
fight
Take
you.
it to Twitter, I don't care.
I will fight you. I have an opinion and I have a right to it.
I have an opinion, I have a right to it.
And I stand a viable character.
Alright. Next arc.
Alright. Let's not have that escalate.
Yeah. Next arc.
After Mother's Rosario, we have the Ordinal Scale movie, which I actually just rewatched recently for the third time.
So you were very well in depth on this movie. Please, describe.
So the Ordinal Scale movie might I like how I said no. I absolutely messed it up earlier.
Yeah?
Ordinal Scale is actually my second favorite arc, to be honest.
Really?
Phantom Bullet goes down to 3. I honestly am ranking them by seasons. I keep forgetting the movie exists, even though I've seen it 3 times already.
So in rank of
Reek is
seasons,
Wolverine.
Phantom Bullet is your favorite one, but in rank of overall, it's number 3. I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
So I feel like there was absolutely nothing wrong with the Ordinal Scale movie besides like a bunch of really, really stupid not logical things that I saw happen. I like them. I do like the movie exploring the new kind of tech they use, like the AR headset that they use, the Augma,
Oh.
and how it comes to play in the next season. Yeah, only the next season.
I still haven't read the novel, don't hurt me.
And honestly, they handled story, character development, hell, even fan service. It was all great. I had nothing there. I did not have a problem with this movie.
So what you're saying is this movie is basically High School DxD
Peak.
first season.
Yeah, you got a point. You pretty much got a point.
Meanwhile, the previous
The
2
arc.
arcs are like Hero and Born and the other one,
New. The one that
New.
you're stuck on.
New.
Okay, actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a complete lie. Born's my favorite. New's my second favorite. DxD, the first season's my third favorite. Hero
Is irrelevant.
We can get into
I don't
that
like
in another video, which will probably be our second or third video.
probably the
Probably.
video where the both of us get really horny. Most likely.
I'm not gonna show any visuals. I don't want to get demonetized before I even get any subs.
Just the facial expressions we make while we talk about like Reyes and Akano. I'm not talking about that. I'm going in depth in the finger looking scene, right?
Oh god. My girlfriend's gonna kill me.
Okay, I should probably talk about Ordinal Scale.
Yeah, let's talk about Ordinal Scale.
Okay. So hang on to what I said about this movie being peak fiction, period. That's all I got. I thought the story was really good. The animation was top notch. It was honestly better than the next 2 seasons. Minus them making some particular outfits look really ugly, and I'm not going to get into that for spoiler reasons.
Alright.
And this is the movie where I actually started to like Asuna because they handled her well, in my opinion, for once in my life. I thought she had really, really awesome fight scenes. What they did with her and her inclusion into the movie, her part of the story, I thought that was interesting. I pretty much felt bad for her at some points. And I like how in the movie I feel like they kind of split up the movie a little bit. How they gave Asuna and Kirito both an equal spotlight, basically.
Really?
They did. Asuna had her own scenes. Like there was fights just dedicated to her and a bunch of other people within the battlefield.
Alright, good, so this isn't Kirito-itis. Good.
I mean, for like the last half of the movie, it's Kirito the movie.
Oh god.
And I'm not complaining because it was really good.
Really?
It was
Alright.
very good.
I'm definitely gonna watch it, but I'm gonna have to give it a thought in mind of this.
Yeah, you should watch it with me.
Alright.
Except I can't stream it on Discord because what was it? A couple of days ago, I was in a call with a friend. We
Yeah.
were trying to stream it on Discord and it wasn't working. So our solution was we both go to the same website, hit the play button at the same time, and hope for the best. And it worked. So I know we can do that again.
Alright. I'll probably be using Verve, to be honest. Which means I'll get ads.
I use 4anime.
Hmm.
Yeah, you need an ad blocker. Just saying.
Oh boy. Alright. So your final verdict of not Mother's wait, is it Mother's Zario what we're talking about? No, it's
No, we're talking about
Ordinal
Ordinal Scale.
Scale.
That's an entire
Ordinal
arc, I
Scale.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice job.
Peak physical fiction. Right there.
Peak fiction.
Peak fiction.
I loved it.
You heard it here,
I've seen it
folks.
3 times. And for some reason, that third time I watched it, I loved it even more. I don't know why. I'm just obsessed with, like, the entire movie after I watched it for the third time.
Alright. And I believe up next is your favorite season.
No, it is not.
It is not, actually?
No. Because Alicization and Alicization War of Underworld are 2 different seasons.
I honestly
I
thought
know, I was shocked when I
I
heard that
honestly
too.
thought Alicization was your favorite.
It's like my second favorite.
Alright.
I don't think I have brain cells.
Not gonna lie. Wait, okay. I think before this ends, I'm gonna have to give my official ranking and hope I don't change it within 5 seconds.
Alright. So
We're gonna keep it at
Alicization.
Alicization, in my opinion, is a masterpiece.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not my favorite season.
What's greater than a masterpiece, then?
What's greater than a masterpiece is like a divine masterpiece.
Hmm.
We'll put it that way.
Divine masterpiece. You know, I like to ring to that. Divine masterpiece. Alright.
So Alicization had a very strong start where the first episode was 40 minutes long. It was honestly worth 40 minutes because it explored the main characters, Kirito, Iujo, and Alice, my favorite character.
AKA Kirito, Alice, Exploding Eye Kid.
And Iujo, the exploding eye kid. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get onto that.
We will get onto them. I'm not gonna get super descriptive though, because that episode is literally rated.
Literally puts the scene on screen.
So, I thought it started off very strong, and as we got through it, it got weaker. But when we started, I was in love with it. I liked the development between Kirito and Iujo. They just put on, like, this really, really wholesome kind of bromance that I kind of wish would have expanded a little bit more. Except it didn't.
We will get into that next arc. As
Yep.
to why that did not continue.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but is this not the arc where Kirito goes brain dead?
And this arc is where Kirito becomes Kirito. Kirito.
Oh god, now I just want to make merch of a tomato with Kirito hair.
Yeah. You know what? I think all your entire merch line is just gonna be saying brain shit to the mic. Just have it sound really funny. So that's cool.
Leave a comment which of the 3 so far you guys would actually like. My favorite so far has to be Kirito.
Honestly, mine too. You know, I have another one.
Oh, what's the other one?
Okay, so I guess it's technically kind of spoilers for the Ordinal Scale movie, but then again, you're not one to care about spoilers.
No, no. If I really want to watch something or read something, nothing's gonna stop me.
Yeah. So about halfway through the movie, Asuna loses her memories
Mm-hmm.
due to her dying in game or in the Ordinal Scale game. Something happens to her which causes her to lose her memories, specifically of SAM.
Does she ever get them back?
She gets them back at the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
So I was in a call with my friend, and was it like by the end of the movie that I brought this up? Or it might have been at that scene where I just straight up blurted out Alzheimer's Yuki.
Okay. Okay, I don't think I can do that one. I think
No,
I'm just
that's
gonna
probably
stick with
offensive.
I'm just gonna stick with
It's probably
Kiritato.
offensive, not gonna lie.
Yeah, Kiritato is fine, but Alzheimer's Yuki or Yugi? Is it with a G or a K?
It's with a K.
Okay.
Her full name is Asuna Yuki.
Oh, you're talking about Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yes, I'm talking about Asuna. I just replaced her first name with the
Yeah.
term Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's Yuki. Oh god. That's
Okay,
terrible, but
okay.
it's funny.
Okay. It was 1 in the morning. I was tired as fuck. I was trying to get through the last hour of this movie, and that slipped out.
Oh man. Alright, I don't blame you.
Uh-huh.
I think so based off what you're describing Alicization as, I'm gonna have to agree. It does sound like a masterpiece.
I think everything in that arc was just handled almost perfectly. Almost.
Almost.
There were flaws.
Oh, definitely. Um,
So, I believe for like the first 10 or I don't even was it 10, maybe 11? No, 11 or 12 episodes was like the first half of the season.
mhm.
Because it's like one of those where it's within the same season they have the new OP for like the second half of the season, but it's not a new arc. It's the same season. It's just Alicization is just typically a longer arc. Because this Alicization ran for a full 24, 25 maybe-ish episodes.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
this is by far the longest arc.
By far, because Alicization War of the Underworld is still going on. We don't know how long that was gonna
Yeah, and I think War of Underworld Part 2 is going for the 12 episodes.
be.
So I think it's gonna add up to 24, maybe 25.
So it's gonna be like second. Alright.
I mean, if we count the season, if we count War of Underworld and Alicization as a whole,
Mhm.
that's gonna basically
Oh
be
yeah,
the
that's
longest season.
I mean, technically
That's like
they are
40
connected, no?
They're directly connected.
Yeah, so I would count those two arcs as one whole. Which I guess
I guess.
which I guess in a way is considering taking Ironclad and Fairy Dance.
Variants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is basically just all of season 1.
Yeah. So Alicization as a whole was the more mature season, where it was a lot more mature themes were present. The plot was very complex. It was bloody. It was gory almost.
Literally, a guy had his
I
eye
can't even say
explode.
gory.
What do
It
you
was
think?
bloody. It was bloody. I mean, Yujo's freaking eye exploded in the 10th episode.
10th episode.
Also my favorite episode.
Keeping that in mind.
The 10th episode's probably the most intense episode of the series, yet it happens to be my favorite. I thought it was perfect. It was perfect.
Something about some kid's eye exploding.
Yeah. Who knew that watching someone's right eye explode would be entertaining?
Who knows? I trust you, we're not psychotic.
Who knows?
I know I
At this
ain't.
rate. Yeah.
Um,
So when we get to, I think after the 12th episode happens, and we get to like the second half of the main part of it, we get to the second half of Alicization. We're not at World Wonderworld yet. This is where things, in my opinion, get better, but at the same time go downhill.
yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna say that they're gonna go downhill.
Yeah. So what I liked is how Alice is a freaking character finally.
You just love Alice in general.
Yes, I am biased. We can put it that way.
You're biased like Ninjago with Jay.
Yes, that's also true.
Ninjago will not be covered in this because it is not an anime, and if you count those drawn episodes, you are wrong.
If you count those fucking drawings as anime, then there is something in your brain. Go see a doctor. Those fucking drawings. It's like a kid's cartoon.
Ninjagen!
Don't remind me of that.
Too late, already did.
Damn it.
Oh, please continue.
Okay, so when we get to the second half of the season, I was kind of iffy on it. I still really enjoyed it, and I feel like I was getting a little bit more enjoyment out of it than I was in the first half, but at the same time, it just went downhill.
Sadly.
They cucked Yuzio, and I was annoyed.
Who's Yujo again?
Exploding Eye Kid.
Oh. Okay, gotcha.
In the first 12 episodes, it focused on Kirito and Yuzio building their relationship and going to this so-called central tower to meet the administrator or the
The Queen.
highest authority of Centauria, aka the underworld. So once we get to the second half, Kirito and Yuzio are at the tower. Now they're just climbing to the top, basically. They're clearing floors.
Sound familiar, Aincrad?
I was literally about to say, Ironclad, you mean?
They're clearing all of these floors to get to the top of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And it started off very strong. We got to see Kirito and Yuzio fight like some really amazing fight scenes. The animation was really good, the visuals were amazing. And there was this one episode that cued the downfall. And it got better, but it also cued the downfall of the season. And that's the episode Yuzio got kind of cut.
Can you, like, explain what happened exactly? Like, what do you mean?
It was the episode we meet Alice.
Oh.
So
I'm gonna guess...
the episode
Sorry.
there was in that episode, Yuzio and Kirito finally get up to the floor of the tower that it's Alice's floor basically.
Mm-hmm.
They fight her in order to try and restore her memories. I probably should have gotten into that, but who cares? I'm lazy.
Is it bad I want to say Alzheimer's Zberg?
Stop.
It's just a common trope in anime to lose your memories.
That's offensive. That's offensive. I'm such a hypocrite for saying that, but that's so offensive.
Alright.
I called Asuna that, so... Once we meet Alice, Yujiro gets caught, dude.
Do you like her?
And it was right after... It's right after the floor of the tower basically exploded, like the wall blew up after the fight. Alice and Kirito get blown outside of the tower, they're dangling onto the outside of it, and in the next I think in the next 2 episodes, they focus on trying to get back up to like, what was it, like the 80th or 90th something floor of the tower to get back inside of it.
Jeez.
and Yujo is left on his own. So he goes to Yujo while Kirito and Alice are outside the tower. He climbs to the next floor to go to the head of the Integrity Knights. Or, I think he was, Berkeley Synthesis 1, or Broccoli. Broccoli. Either one work. So they end up having a fight, and the fight was amazing. It does unfortunately go downhill for Yujo as, I guess, yes, he wins the fight, but he technically takes the both of them out, and then Yujo gets taken to Quinella, or the administrator, and I'll get into that later. So that was only a short portion of the episode because those two episodes focus solely on Kirito and Alice bonding and getting back up to the top of the tower. So, as I don't even know how to describe those two episodes because I love them, but at the same time they annoyed me.
They're not
Because
like filler, but they feel like it, I guess.
What?
Like, it's literally just them climbing back up. But they're getting to know each other. So
it's like it's two very good episodes in my opinion. So within those episodes, Alice is basically being a tsundere the entire time, and it was kind of funny for me.
Oh no.
I just thought it was adorable. So they're climbing the tower, they form a truce. Alice was threatening to slaughter Kirito and actually kill herself. Or something along those lines. It's been a hot minute, okay? Don't judge me.
So, suicidal tsundere Alice, got it.
Yes, something like that. Kirito stops her. She doesn't try to let go of his hand and fall to the ground anymore. They form a truce, they start to climb up the tower, and as they were doing that, they kind of bonded in a way. And that leads to them getting to a certain point of the tower where they rest for the night, and Alice also, right
I go boom boom.
That's why she has an eye patch.
Ah. See, I was wondering why she had an eye patch.
Yeah, because her right eye exploded.
So she's also Explodey Eye Kid.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. So then we go on and we get back to the top, and Kirito and Alice get to the top of the tower, and by that time, since Alice, her right eye exploded, which is honestly it's more important than you think about it when I talk about it. I didn't really go in depth about what that actually is. So when they get to the top of the tower, Alice has her eye patch and such. She has officially formed a truce with Kirito. She is now on his side, and they're going to go find Yujo and find out what the hell happened to him. Because he's been inside the tower for who knows how long. So they ended up a couple of floors higher than Yujo was, so they run back down to the floor they knew he was on, and they find basically... well, he's not there. I'll put it that way.
He's not there.
He's just not there.
He's just not there.
He's just not there. Because he was taken to the Pontifex, or Administrator / Cornella, whatever the hell you want to call her. She has like 3 million names.
The Queen.
Sure, we can put it that way too, I guess. So, we find Berkeley Synthesis 1, he's in the ground frozen because because Yu-Gi-Oh used his I guess
The
release
skill?
recollection / enhanced armament,
Yeah.
which I can also call a unique skill to make it easier for you.
Yeah. For those non-weebs out there, enhanced skill. For those weebs. Whatever the heck
Oh,
you
it's
said.
even crazy for you because you haven't even seen this season. You're more familiar with Aincrad, so
Yeah, I'm more
whatever.
familiar with Aincrad, so I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, eventually keyword.
If I ever get the time.
Yeah. Uh, so Berkeley, based on memory, I think he kind of like out of context explained what went down. Therefore, Kirito finds Yujo's sword buried under like I guess a sheet of ice. He finds the sword. He keeps it with him, and him and Alice go back up the tower, back to where Administrator, Quinella, Pontifex, 3 million other names, Queen, whatever.
Just
Where she
Q.
is. And they find what they find is another character, in my opinion, the worst character this series had to offer, named Chidelkin.
Oh boy.
Kill me if I pronounce that wrong. Go yell at me in the comments. He's like, I guess, the second in command when it comes to Quinella and the Integrity Knights. He's like, I guess, the one who does the synthesis ritual. You know, how they get their names, like Alice Synthesis 30, Berkeley Synthesis 1. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Alice and Kirito find Chidelkin. Again, yell at me if I said that wrong. And they forcefully ask him, where the hell's Yu-Gi-Oh? And that's where we go to the scene where we find out where Yu-Gi-Oh actually is, and he ends up in Quinella's bed.
Bruh.
Q. What is it? Safari something?
Sure. Sure. Why not? So, Yu-Gi-Oh enters Quinella's bed and basically tries to kill her until Quinella kind of like wakes up. I think I actually went way too fast because there's something before that. Yu-Gi-Oh ends up in Quinella's bed still. Yes, I messed that up. He ends up in her bed and she kind of seduces him and kind of has him fall in love with her. But only to synthesize him and become an Integrity Knight. So Yu-Gi-Oh ends up becoming Yu-Gi-Oh Synthesis 32.
Fine.
There's a 31, but he's not, I forgot to talk about him. He's not even that important anymore. He's also dead.
Yeah, I literally was about to say, he dead.
Yeah, Eldry Synthesis 31 dies in War of Underworld, unfortunately, because he was a good character. Even though I literally just called him irrelevant. So then we get back to. We find out that Yuju becomes synthesized once they reach the floor, like I think the floor right below Quinella, where Kirito and Yu-Gi-Oh fight for a little while. Kirito ends up winning overall, Yu-Gi-Oh retreats and goes back to Quinella. Chidelkin is stuck. Again, yell at me if I said that wrong, because it sounded even worse than the last two. He is stuck down there with Kirito and Alice. We go back up to Yu-Gi-Oh in the bed with Quinella, and then he tries to kill her.
So how does he break through the synthesis?
He breaks through the synthesis because as he was kind of brainwashed or at a loss of memory, Quinella tries to fix him basically by undoing the memory removal, and this is on her. She accidentally restores all of his memory. Therefore, before the synthesis ritual was redone, he tried to kill her.
Bro.
Exactly. Oh, you want to know an even bigger bro moment?
What?
So Quinella's body is basically indestructible.
He's good much.
Yeah, you could say that. But like even more indestructible.
He was literally an immortal object.
Yeah, pretty much. So Yujiro takes a dagger and tries to stab Quinella. Again, the dagger is like more important than I'm making it sound, but then again, I'm being lazy and skipping through like really important parts of the story just for the sake of time.
Yeah.
So he tries to stab Quinella, and like some kind of, I guess, force comes up in his way to sort of prevent that from happening because her body is indestructible. So as he kind of tries to break through that I guess shield or force field that she had up, her clothes exploded, and she's naked for 3 episodes.
Yuri does it.
And she's actually pretty good looking for a 300-year-old woman. Not gonna lie.
Again, Yuri does it.
Yeah, you could say that. Wrong anime.
Probably next episode.
I thought you said,
Actually,
you know what?
no,
we'll
no, that's
talk
gonna
about
need
it. We'll talk
five.
about this
That's
after.
gonna need 5 episodes of its own.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to separate that by part, dude.
I might get Legal Creature in on that one. Again, shameless
Yeah, we're gonna need
plug.
because you have not seen any of it.
Oh no, I have.
I've seen only up to part 3. He's seen all of it.
Oh no, I've seen it. I've watched it via clips. I just not watched them all together.
You watched via clips, but you've actually never seen the series.
No, I've never seen the series, just like Naruto, but hey, I get the gist of what's going on. Enough to talk about it.
Yeah, you got a point. You could just be in the background and make references.
Literally, I could tell you all of what's going on in Naruto, just minus the filler.
Yeah. So, back to Quinella's clothes exploding. That's a weird topic to go back to. Not gonna lie.
Again, I don't know how to do it. You know the theme I'm talking about. If you get it, you get it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That took me a minute, but I got it. Okay. So that happens, and then Kirito and Alice on the floor below end up scaring Chidelican again. Yell at me if I said that wrong, because I'm still not confident about this. Again. Keyword again.
Timestamp every time he said it wrong.
Yeah, have fun with that. As a matter of fact, make a goddamn compilation.
Make a
That's gonna be
remix
fun.
of it. And then just post it on Twitter adding him.
Sure, at me on Twitter if you actually commit to that. So... Yuji's back to his normal self. He remembers Kirito and Alice. They're all buddies again. As Alice and Kirito enter the final floor, and they all meet Quinella. This is where the final battle begins, kind of. There's like 3 final battles. It's very long. At first, Alice, Kirito, and Yujiro all together fight Chidelican. I'm not even gonna say it this time. So, he does like a little system call and kind of turns his jester body into a fire jester, a giant fire jester, and turns into big baddie boss that Alice, Kirito, and Nijo have to fight. They get rid of him fairly easy, and yeah, he's pointless character is now dead.
Yay!
Like, they literally, like, Kirito, like, freaking cut a hole through his stomach and heart. That was pretty nice to see, actually, not gonna lie, that was awesome. So then we get to, I believe, Sword Golem, which is a human/mechanical monster that Quinella summons to fight Kirito, Yuji, and Alice. Spoiler! Literally, they all die.
And then this is cute little kids of them, correct?
Oh no, because I forgot to introduce a character that totally saved our asses.
Oh,
Okay. You remember Cardinal System from Aincrad?
yeah.
Yeah, she's an actual character in this series.
Oh, jeez.
She's like she's like a little midget purple librarian. Or a librarian just in purple, but she's still a midget. She has, I think, the same amount, if not a tad bit less amount of authority as Quinella. So she's like the second most powerful being or admin within the underworld. So Cardinal saves Kirito and Alice because I think those are the two that got stabbed by Sword Golem. Or Golem. It's been a while, I'm sorry. Those two get saved. Unfortunately, Cardinal dies a little while after. Sword Golem eventually gets defeated by Yujo, who unfortunately also ends up dying. Exploding Eye Kid ends up dying. I was crying.
Wait, are
like
we
3
in
hours.
War of the Underworld arc now?
We are not in War of the Underworld just. We're not in War of Underworld just yet.
Okay, because I thought you said he died in War of the Underworld.
No. He dies at the end of Alicization.
Okay.
So Yujo basically, I don't even want to go into full detail because it can get really confusing. He turned his entire body into a sword. Like, Yujo's now a sword.
So basically, if you watch Adventure Time, Finn Sword.
Sure.
Literally, a clone of, a different version of Finn turns himself into a sword.
Sure. Like, he just completely changed shape and he's
Literally,
now literally
exactly
a sword.
what happens in Adventure Time.
Oh.
He literally turns himself into a sword.
Huh.
Which then turns into Grass Finn, also known as Fern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Yujo ends up, I believe he's the one who ends up defeating Sword Golem. Again, it's been a hot minute since I've seen this season. He also ends up almost defeating Quinella. As they fight for a couple of seconds, he cuts off her arm, but doesn't necessarily kill her. Quinella manages to break Yujo and like split him in half as the sword.
Oh.
So the sword falls to the ground, and Yujo turns back into his human body, and he's split in half.
That's a rip.
He surprisingly took like a long time to die, not gonna lie. Despite him being sliced in half, he took like ages to die.
Is it bad I'm just picturing somebody just laying there cut in half, just screaming out in pain, and everybody else is just looking away from them?
Scene, honestly, it was very good.
Yeah, DM me that later.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch that.
I'll DM you his death too, because that had me crying for hours.
Alright.
So I believe during this time, Alice is actually unconscious. She's doing absolutely nothing. She's just, like, on the floor somewhere in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I was hurt. Then we get to, after Sword Golem, we get to Kirito running over to Yujiro to make sure he's okay. Yujiro saying, "Don't worry, I'm okay." Then I believe his, I don't remember exactly how this happens, but I believe he kind of, it wasn't him, but Yujiro's sword changes color, becomes red, because of his blood. And then Kirito loads his gear from Sword Art Online and dual wields once again.
That's the sword I looked up, and that was the incorrect one. Now I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it's like the blue rose. It's called, Yujiro's sword is called the Blue Rose Sword, except think of it but red.
Yeah, so the red rose sword now, basically.
You can call it that. I mean, why not? So, Kirito ends up dual wielding with so-called Red Rose Sword and his sword. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, and that's kind of killing me now.
Excalibur?
No, it's not Excalibur. He forges his own sword. He gets a new sword in Alicization. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, so sort of like, crap, what was that blue sword he had back in Minecraft?
No, it's a black sword. It's not the one that he had in Minecraft. It's a different one. I don't remember the name of it. It might be like something Night Sky. I don't remember off the top of my head. So Kirito ends up dual wielding against Quinella, who has lost her arm, and she has a sword too. So they end up cling for a while. Until Kirito fucking destroys her.
Nice. Because of course he does, because he is main character.
He's insanely overpowered. So once that epic beatdown ends, then we get to not Kitty, oh wow, I just skipped an entire part. Then we get to Yujiro dying and me crying for 3 hours. So after Yujiro basically ends up finally dying and his body fades away into dust, Kirito was absolutely heartbroken from that. Which had a number on him. He was like, at the time where all of the following happens, he's still genuinely shook from just defeating Quinella, losing his arm during that battle, and then having his friend die right in front of him.
RIP.
So on the very top floor of the central tower was this sort of console that allowed Kirito to contact the real world.
Yeah,
Or the place he was driving from.
I was gonna ask, where is Asuna in this whole arc?
She's actually So early on in the arc, Kirito ends up getting drugged by technically the very last Death Gun. He suffers severe brain damage, so he's brought to a hospital. Asuna and Sugu go to visit him in the hospital, and I think his mother as well. They all go to visit him in the hospital, but then they discover that he wasn't actually there. He was moved to a different facility. And the facility wasn't anywhere near where they lived. It was off in the ocean in this facility, this government facility, I guess you can say, called the Ocean Turtle. And that's where Project Alicization was happening. That's where the underworld is located. That's where Kirito is diving from. So Asuna eventually finds out, and her and Kayaba's wife, who is still alive, go to the Ocean Turtle to sort out what the hell's going on. And that's how Asuna learns about Project Alicization. But she never dives in. Not yet.
Not yet.
So in the Ocean Turtle, at the time Kirito was he finally defeated Quinella, Yu-Gi-Oh just died and he gets the call from the real world. In the real world, there was like some muffled gunshots or something in the background because it was like a US team breaks into the Ocean Turtle to go to try and I believe steal the STL, the Soul Translator, the main machine that they're using for this whole project.
Mm-hmm.
Which, because of all the gunfire happening and everything going on, the power cuts, and the entire the Ocean Turtle surges for a second, which shuts off the underworld for a second. And because Kirito dived in, the surge from the outside world got to his brain because his brain's suffering from severe nerve damage. It got to his brain, and he was just on the floor unconscious.
Q.
War of Underworld, episode 1.
No, I'm talking about like, crap. What was it? Kiritato.
Kiritato.
Yeah.
Kiritato. In episode 1 of War of Underworld, here we are now. It's Alice's season, baby. It's my favorite season. So, in the first episode, Kirito is alive and dead at the same time. He's lost all of his willpower, like he can't move basically. He can't speak, he can't do anything. He's in a wheelchair for like 12 episodes. 14 episodes now, including new ones that are coming out. So Kirito doesn't do anything for 12 episodes, basically. They did that, and now Alice has time to develop as a character. She regained consciousness, by the way. Her and Kirito live off in a little wood cabin. And honestly, I thought War of Underworld Part 1 was very good. I liked how they explored the other Integrity Knights, who I don't believe they got any of their memories back. But now that administrator's dead, they're getting ready for the War of the Underworld. Centauria is split up into the human realm and the Dark Territory. The Dark Territory is what they're getting ready to go into war with. So, for the first episode, we basically just explore, Kirito and Alice and their little break, I guess. They're kind of taking a break from all of this and just having a daily life as Kirito's Kiritato now and Alice is big depressed girl. So, Alice's hometown, or like her village of origin, Rulid, gets attacked by goblins from the Dark Territory, which causes her to go back there and reveal to the village that she's an Integrity Knight, and that she's not dead, like everyone thought she was all those years ago. And that's where we get into the War of the Underworld. Where Alice finally decides, okay, I'm done with this shit, I need to go fucking save my world, basically. So, she takes Kirito, they end up with the Integrity Knights, they prepare for the war, and as that's happening, the war starts, and for a couple of episodes, I think one episode was dedicated to one Integrity Knight in their little portion of the battle, and those episodes were very good. In between that battle, we go back to the real world for a couple of seconds, back to the Ocean Turtle as it was under attack by these US soldiers. that's where we get into Asuna diving into the underworld after she figured out what the hell happened to Kirito. She wanted to dive in to go basically try and save him. Spoiler!
It doesn't work.
Figures.
So then she dives in as she dives in as an admin account called Stacia. Stacia is one of the goddesses of the underworld.
Okay.
She dives in as Stacia and joins the battle with Alice and the rest of the Integrity Knights. Her going into the underworld led up to like one of the best moments in that season for me. And that was literally the two of them fighting over Kirito, and I thought that was hilarious. So as that season continues, as the last few episodes of Part 1 continue, we go into the Integrity Knights and now Asuna. They are fighting the territory, but the group of U.S. soldiers that invaded the Ocean Turtle also dived into the underworld, and they also dived into like underworld privileged admin accounts. They hacked into the underworld basically. Now we have a new villain named Vecta/Gabe, or Gabe/Vecta. I should put it that way.
Okay.
And Gabe, or Vecta, is honestly one of the most terrifying villains of it.
Really?
He murdered his little sister by, like, puncturing her ear with a screwdriver and having her bleed out because he wanted to steal her soul.
I'm sorry, excuse me?
Yeah, I know. I was like, what the hell? That's not how that works.
This is definitely not... Yeah, he's worse than Kaiba, who literally killed, what, thousands?
Yeah, everyone's worse than Kaiba.
Yeah. Literally, Arc 2's villain is way worse than Kaiba.
So, for the next few episodes, the, I guess, AI of the Dark Territory end up almost kind of team up with the Human Territory, or at least one of the races of the Dark Territory do. Because what the players from the US did was they basically announced the Underworld or Project Alicization public in the US. Lied to them and said it was a beta test for a new video game. They all logged in, or like millions and millions of accounts from the US have logged in, and now they are trying to basically, they're logging in on the Dark Territory, and now they're trying to kill the Human Territory.
Why does this remind me of Ironclad?
I don't know, why does it?
I don't know, just something about beta testing.
Oh yeah, I can see why that reminds you of that. So... man, I'm brain dead. Oh, probably because nothing really happens after that. That's probably why. So, the Human Territory and the players from the US, the players from the US come in millions, and the Human Territory tries to take them out. Meanwhile, Vecta is trying to get his hands on Alice to steal her soul, and I think basically like kill her or something.
So what is he doing with the souls, exactly?
And in the real world, what the, I guess, devs of Project Alicization need is Alice's AI, because their whole thing was to copy a human soul, basically perfect it, and then use it for military purposes. To kind of, like, use AI for military purposes. They perfected Alice, and what they need to do is get her to the real world. So they need to get her to somewhere within the underworld and log her out and bring her to the real world. Vecna wants to do the same, but for like, I want to steal your soul kind of purposes. If you catch my drift. So there's not really much that happens after that. We just go into the human territory fighting the human realm fighting the dark territory. Vecna ends up getting his hands on Alice. She is now unconscious. He's flying away with her with a dragon, getting her to the spot they need to log out. And the freaking first half of War of Underworld has ended.
Jeez, all that was just the first part.
And the first part was like boring but exciting. But I'm really looking forward to the second part. It's not finished yet, but it's getting there. It's airing. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, we'll probably save that part for like another video itself. Just
yeah, I should probably like get more into it as as it finishes.
Yeah.
And I could probably, if I'm like more awake at the time, I could probably go a little bit more in depth about the entire series, because I skipped a lot of important things for like multiple arcs.
Yeah.
I just realized that actually.
No,
nice
it's all right.
job.
We've been going at this for an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, that is very true.
I thought this was gonna be like a short video, like 30 minutes. No.
Yeah, no, it's a lot to talk about, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, we can talk a little bit about War of Underworld Part 2 before we end it off.
Okay. Well, in that case, since there's only 4 episodes, it's off to a good start.
Really?
It really is. War of Underworld Part 2 is going to focus on finally getting Alice out of the underworld into the real world, and Kirito waking up, and whatever the hell happens to him in the end.
So, question.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this Part 2 is going to be better than Part 1 in a whole? Or...
I feel like Part 2 so far, it's a little bit more exciting than Part 1, but that's because I'm looking forward to what's going to come up. But as a whole, so far from the 3 episodes that I've seen, Part 1's better. But I'm comparing 12 episodes to 3 episodes, so I really can't say anything yet.
Alright.
And so far we're off to a good start, so...
Hopefully.
We're just gonna have to see how that goes.
Yep. Any last thoughts you want to give to SAO in a whole? Like, all arcs and everything, like, in general? Like, would you definitely recommend this anime to someone?
Absolutely. I think it's great, and I think you shouldn't go up hating on it for like really stupid reasons, as I see on Twitter all the time. I feel like I'm gonna get attacked just for saying that, but it was worth it because I don't like people. But I definitely do recommend it. It's very good. There are a lot of mature themes and some things that are just not really suitable for the sensitive kind. If you catch my drift.
Yeah. Especially not the Alicization Plus arcs.
The Alicization arc's the most immature one. We can put it that way.
Yeah. Alright, well, thank you all so much for watching for the first and possibly not even the longest video of this channel. This is our review.
It's literally the first and the longest.
Yeah. This is our at the moment, full-in review of the anime for SAO, Sword Art Online. If you guys want, Let us know any other animes you want us to review. I already have a few in mind.
I have a few in mind too, actually.
And I'm thinking Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, High School DxD, Konosuba.
Okay, I think High School DxD is gonna be a fun one because you and I are gonna be giggly bitches the entire way through.
Yeah, we'll save that one for the season
Like,
finale.
you know you're gonna start laughing when I get in depth
Yeah.
about that finger-licking scene from season 2. Nobody, Akano, it's finger-licking good! I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Funny part is I used to work at KFC, so no.
Wow.
We'll probably cover High School DxD for like the season end. Um, by season end, I mean like I'm gonna take these reviews into seasons, and like
Okay, I feel like with DxD we can do the first 2 seasons in one video,
and then the rest
but then
by their own.
3 and 4 are gonna have to be separate.
Yeah, because those are too long.
They're genuinely short, but they're like very different.
Yeah, and JoJo's gonna take 5 episodes on a whole.
Yeah. I should probably actually rewatch and or finish DxD first if we're gonna do that, because I haven't seen it in a hot minute.
Naruto. I'm gonna cover Naruto, Naruto Shippuden, and yes, even Boruto. Go ahead and give me all the hate you want. I don't hate Boruto. Just for the fact that they're just now getting to the manga. The entirety of Boruto before this is all filler.
Wow.
Yeah. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. Not gonna cover GT or Evolution. Evolution is trash. Just gonna put that out here. No anime live action movies. Probably gonna cover. I don't know if I want to cover Pokemon, just for the fact that it's technically on Cartoon Network. So does that count as an anime? Like it's
I don't
made
know.
in
You tell me.
it's made in Japan, but like it's a cartoon.
Yeah, I can call it both, I guess.
I mean, in that sense, calling Avatar an anime is also true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, we'll probably cover as well. What's in? Oh, Ruby. Yes, technically not an anime. I'm considering it an anime. We will.
Knock yourself out. I still gotta finish that too.
Yeah, I will be doing full-on seasons, like not seasons,
Oh
volume
yeah, we gotta
reviews.
split that is gonna have to be split up in episodes. Or I don't know. I feel like volumes 1 and 2 can be in one video.
Yeah, volumes 1, 2, and 3 possibly in one video, because volume 4 and
Hmm.
above is a separate arc, I would say.
Yeah.
Uh, those will definitely be, that will definitely be in a review. Probably gonna do a review of, crap, what was it called? Genlock? I'll be doing that on Genlock.
On what?
Genlock? It's another thing Ruby made. Or not Ruby, Rooster Teeth made.
Oh yeah.
It's basically mechs. What's not to love?
Yeah.
Basically, I'm going to try and cover as many anime as I can on this
We'll
channel.
just see how long this goes until we
Yeah.
run out of ideas, basically. We'll
At
put it
that
that
point,
way.
I'm going to move over to manga. Like I did say, we're going to talk about manga, anime, anything weeby. That includes like anime-based video games, so keep an eye out for that. Basically, this whole channel is going to be everything Japan.
Weber's Delight.
I may even react to some rap, like anime rap videos.
Oh god. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah. yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Please go check this guy out on Twitter. I'll leave his tag down below. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching the first episode of Manga Master 16, and we will see you all in the next time. Peace out.